We are live. Hello, it is myself and Comics here with another indie interview with you today, and it is with reoccurring guest Justin Koch. Hello,
Hi.
Justin.
Hey. Yeah, nice to be back. I guess this is my third time, right?
I
Yeah.
think so. It's been your list two or three, and every time it was a good time.
Yeah. No, it's always fun. Uh, yeah. So, how you been?
I'm
Oh,
doing good, thank you.
it already shot up. Wow. I got another backer while we were talking. Uh,
Yay!
yeah. So we're just, yeah, I'm here with SWAT. Again, we're doing it for Kickstarter because I want to move over to Kickstarter because Zoop was, I mean, they're great people and everything. And it was, but I think I need the bigger marketplace, honestly. So we're gonna get it going on SWAT, and then we're almost done with issue 2 art wise. So that'll be hopefully up soon. Um, yeah. So
Awesome. Because it's been a long time since I was on Zoop. And again, Zoop is not a bad platform at all. I feel like it needs more accessibility with
yeah,
everybody.
when Kickstarter asks you what other services you were have used or thought about using, Zoop's not even on the list. You know, it's other.
Hmm.
And I feel like that kind of held me back a little bit. But if you have your own fan base that you can bring to Zoop, that's one thing. But nobody gives a shit who I am. So, you
And that's
know,
the toughest thing with indies,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. So, yeah, we're just trying to make it work on Kickstarter. I kind of wish they hadn't done the no sex thing. The week
Oh,
I was
yes.
launching, but here we are, right? So,
I did hear that
um,
was a new thing that they were implementing, which I'm like, I mean, you could focus on other things like how people are using just AI art to make money off of here. I've reported
yeah,
who knows how many, and then they've told me we don't see anything wrong with it. And I'm like, it's been put into AI. They're lying that they are an artist and that they hand drew it when it's
yeah.
so obvious. Please, please.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the AI thing. I feel like at this point, I'm almost tired of talking about it because it's like it's not going to work and it's going to collapse and it's going to be a disaster. But I mean, I'm just thoroughly convinced of that. That it's just basically fraud, and especially once you get into the money of it, it does not make sense. So hopefully, I don't know. It's like the Macarena in 1993. You can't escape it, but by 1994, you definitely can. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Um,
exactly. I haven't heard
I
the
don't know.
Macarena in a long time.
Yeah, eventually it'll just go away and it'll just sort of be embarrassing. And
Mhm.
hopefully that's all it'll end up being. But, I'm sure it'll be around in many forms. It's so massively overhyped. Like it's a religious event for these people. They grew up watching sci fi, The Matrix, Blade Runner, all that stuff. And it's 2025. It needs to happen. So if you view them as sort of like Christians that are hanging out on a hill waiting for Jesus to come back, it makes more sense, I think, than any other thing.
I can
But
see that.
yeah.
And
So
looks like Dead Guy says he's stoked for this. Yay! I'm happy. Then, he's stoked for this. Da-da-da-da-da. There was, oh, here it is. Just backed it, brother. Printed, signed by writer copy.
yeah, oh my god, the thing with SteamYard is it makes me want to log into something and I don't know. I see a dead guy, I waving back, but I can't respond to the chat for some reason. So
That's weird. Do you have a YouTube account? Yes.
yeah, but I bet you if I try to log into it, it'll kick me out of the stream because that's what's happened in
Oh,
the past.
are you
So
on your laptop or are you on mobile?
I'm on my laptop, but this opened in Vivaldi, which is a new browser that I'm kind of experimenting with, and I don't have any of my cool logins here yet. So
That makes sense. No problem. Many times
yeah.
I just right click it, make another new tab for me. But
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's try that. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I finished. So SWAT. I mean, just to recap for anybody that doesn't know, It's basically like What We Do in Shadows meets The Wire. It's kind of what if Larry or Harry Potter was a loser who survived a school shooting, and that's pretty much it. He's not the chosen one or anything. He's just a guy trying to get by, and they go on insane adventures like trying to kill a vampire and all sorts of other things as well. But yeah, but I finished this. I've written many sequels since I last talked to you about it. Just last night, I finished Witch's Foundation, which is based off of. There's actually this place in Lebanon, Missouri, where supposedly 5 witches were buried in the foundation of this building in a pentagram, and it's just sort of in this graveyard where all the stuff's supposed to be pointed everywhere, which way but east, which is how Christian graves are supposed to be, and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And so I finished that one. I finished the M Files, which is do you know the Jehovah's Witnesses at all? No, but
Yes.
there was an urban legend in the '80s that if you took a Smurf doll into a kingdom hall, it would come alive and like start cursing God. Um, and so Mimi is like a 14-year-old Jehovah's Witness, and she accidentally makes that happen as sort of her introduction to magic. It's her first magic thing she ever does. And then the Smurf finds a Smurfette, they bang, and then 5 million Smurfs try to take over the town. Is basically the summary of the M Files. So I've been productive on that end with that and some other series as well.
Why is
In the
it
meantime,
specifically Smurfs?
well, obviously I changed the name, for copyright reasons,
They're
but
nerds.
that the urban legend is Smurfs, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know. Joe's Witnesses are weird, but in the '80s, the Smurfs were a big deal. They were promoting communism, I guess, with their non-capitalist way of life or something. Who knows what
Mhm.
attracted their attention? But they just love that kind of thing. So
True.
yeah,
Hello, Colin. Welcome back. I see you have your account back. Congratulations. And then we have Dead Guy who says, I gotta say, Justin's writing and concepts for comics are so unique and original. Needs more attention for sure. I totally agree. I remember reading SWAT for the first time and I was like, oh, this is really good. I'm hyped for more.
it's been a genuine passion for me for a couple of years now. I mean, when I was writing it, it was in 18 months. I churned out 36 issues, which is basically what Eldritch Blue is. Is it's sort of kind of two novels, really. It's 1 through 18 is one, and 19 through 36 is the other. But it was a creative. It's the kind of experience that writers wish they had, right? Like in your entire life, if you get to write your own version of SWAT once, you've been successful as far as just being creative. The creativity of it was amazing. It was a ton of fun to do. Absolutely loved it, and so I've been psyched about it ever since because when people get to see it, they really like it. I mean, most they get. You're a fan. I think I have like 3 or 4 fans, most of which are attached to the show, honestly.
Yeah.
But but when they get it, when they see it, and they get it, they tend to really like it. And
Well,
as far
they
as this camp,
better. It's pretty good.
yeah, I'd hope so. But um, so when people see it, they get it. And I've been working with an editor who's worked with Dark Horse and stuff like that, and
Ooh.
so the first script is basically I mean, I think it's really solid as it is, but going forward it's going to be even more polished and ready to rock. So
Oh, I'm
um,
so excited. All right. And then we have a little video that I pressed play on by accident. Are you here twice?
well, yeah, you told me to,
Why did
okay,
it?
sorry, I was trying to, okay, I'll just get out. I was trying to log in twice to get to the be able to chat. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I thought that was super funny. So we have the video for SWAT. Is it okay if I can play it?
Yeah, I'll stop ruining everything.
No, you're good. It's okay. We have to test things out or else we won't know. Experimentation is great. And for those who don't know, if you're interested in this oh my gosh, this Kickstarter, I have it pinned in the chat and I also have a QR code on top of oh wait, hold on. Yeah. There we go. On top of Justin's head. And if you're on laptop, you can use your phone, scan it. It'll take you right to the Kickstarter. I added it because it's cool. Okay, sharing Kickstarter. Go to the tab. Yay. Boop. Sneeze. All right. And then we play. Everybody can hear it.
A few months ago, the St. Louis Budget Committee decided to cut spending. They already cut the library and the schools and band and shop and English, public transportation, healthcare, housing, sewage, and roads. Did I miss anything? Anyway, the leaders of SWAT had a choice: fire someone or come up with an elaborate plan to make themselves indispensable, even though they hate it here. The plan, well, it goes about as badly as it possibly could. March 16th, 2022. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are not their stories. These are not their stories at all. This is the story about the cops other cops don't know even exist. They aren't the guys who deal with rapists and pedophiles. They deal with the stuff that would give those special victim knobs the screaming Purple Henrys. This is the Secret Wizard Assault Team.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean that's the idea. You know, it's what we do in the shadows. It's supernatural comedy and horror, both. It's not. It kind of it swings from one end to the other. I am going for horror, but I am also going for laughs. So,
it is pretty funny. I did laugh many times while reading it.
It gets funnier. I swear. I'm telling you, man. It doesn't even really get. It's great. I don't. By all means, don't wait until 4. But it just takes off in ways that it's just impossible to explain. But it's an adventure. I really hope I get to make all of it. And I think people really like it if that happens. So.
Same. Right now, it is at 14% of its goal with 36 days to go. For people who have not done any type of crowdfunding before, this is Kickstarter, one of the many crowdfunding websites. What it is that if you want to support a project, which sometimes comes with items when you back something, or sometimes it's just, hey, it's just for support to make sure it does happen. You click on back this project, and what it is that once the campaign is done, when it is at 0 days left, that is when you will be charged. You will not be charged immediately. You get charged if the goal happens, which is $500. We're at 70 right now, and it finishes. So you will not be charged immediately. Crowdfunding. Huzzah.
Yeah. The comic is done, so like you're guaranteed to get it if you pay for it, and it funds. And I was really setting the goal for $1 because I didn't care. I mean, if you buy the comic, that covers it, right? But they made me put it up to 500. But we literally are done, so you'll get it if it funds. So you know.
Blizzanity says, "I'm getting a '90s vibe, especially with the music."
What music? Oh, yeah. I mean, it
trailer, right?
Yeah, it's very much a millennial experience type of thing. I mean, it opens the newspaper articles you see at the start of that trailer or the first page. It is April 20th, 1999, which is the day of Columbine. So I mean, it's SWAT is trying to sort of. I'm gunning for sort of a statement about the millennial experience of just sort of being tired of everything sort of sucking and not quite working, and that's a big part of sort of their burnout, is the burnout that I feel like a lot of people are having right now. You know,
Oh, for sure. I
you know.
was pretty relatable.
Yeah,
Oh, you got it working. Congrats.
yeah, it was a lot easier than I thought it was. I thought I
Oh,
must have been screwing it up.
cute.
Yeah, so I'm here now. Um, but yeah, it's a statement about a lot of things that, but it's also trying really. I, I just really had a lot of fun with comics because it's so free, right? Like you're
Mhm.
encouraged to be as insane as possible. Like there, nobody's going to be like that's ridiculous. And so I found that really enthralling about comics, and I feel like I finally found the audience that I've been looking for ages while I was writing novels. Was reading comics the entire time, and I'm sort of if I could go back in time, the first thing I would do is tell me to start writing comics instead of trying to churn out these novels. Um, so,
Nice. Oh, well, I would totally be interested in a novel if you made one, of course.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've written ass loads of them, but no one's interested in them. I mean, two of them got published in really minor ways, so like the were just. But the thing with writing a novel about video games is that people actually want a novel about video games, not a sardonic novel about video game addiction, which is what I wrote. So I
Ooh.
got one of the review that kind of broke me was it was 3 stars, and it said, "I love the plot. It was really funny. The characters were great, but it wasn't enough about video games. 5 stars." And I that kind of broke me in some sense. Like I was just like, "Oh my god." Um,
Oh.
but I comics are awesome for that. Like there's no you get to be as free as you want and crazy, and people just get. I feel like I managed to communicate with people in a way that I never quite did with not, or very rarely did with prose. Like every once in a while, I would get it with somebody, but with comics, it's far more common. So
I
I've been
totally get
writing comics ever since. I like the idea of writing a novel is just I want to die inside. Comics are so much more fun. So
that.
yeah.
I agree. Let me explain. I'm a writer as well, and when I'm immersed in stories, especially something as awesome as what I'm looking at so far, I can picture music in the background of it. Oh,
I Yeah, I mean, I have songs for certain scenes for sure. uh, you can definitely have a soundtrack to the things that you're reading or you're writing. I kind of prefer music that doesn't have English in it though for writing because I feel like it kind of saps your concentration to even
mhm.
Queen lyrics. Some part of your brain's processing the lyrics in English, and it takes away from your focus. But anyway, yeah, I guess I'm
Does
rambling.
that include like instrumental?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love. There's plenty of jazz I listen to. I can also do certain like I mean, I have extremely specific taste in heavy metal, but if it's the right kind of screaming, I can get behind it for writing
Me. I
purposes.
love
Uh,
jazz.
yeah, but classical's great too. But just anything that I mean, I went through a phase where I was really into French black gaze, which is kind of like a French shoegaze black metal, because I couldn't tell what the fuck they were saying, and I love that with because it doesn't take any horsepower. Um,
Oh,
so like for 10 years, that's all I listened to was like 3 French bands that no one else has heard of. Um,
the
but
best
anyway,
kind.
yeah, it's hyper obscure, and I mean I wouldn't expect anyone else to like it, but there's a certain if you're focused on writing, it can be a bit not exactly top 40. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
That guy says, I'd give this 5 stars if it was more about food. Okay, so we got pancakes, waffles, burgers. Am I getting that 5 stars yet? Please, yes or nay. So that guy says OSTs and soundtracks, most likely, probably. Mhm. And we have
Yeah.
Lily. Hello, Lily. I love your
Hi,
background.
Lily. Thanks for everybody for listening to me ramble. I appreciate it. I really do.
We love the
Um,
rambling.
yeah. uh, so I rewrote. You've read. Oh God, what's the one? The Angels one.
Yes.
Department of God. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's another one I'm working on. I've written the scripts; they're all edited. I just need to actually come up with the money to pay an artist, basically. But
Ah,
the concept for that one is two angels who are in charge of administering justice on Earth, and they're so far behind schedule that they're just murdering like evil 80-year-olds, and then they accidentally trigger the apocalypse, after playing a prank on Satan. So that's where we're at with that one.
I'm
Um,
so excited. I can't wait. I had so much fun reading that.
it's a lot better now with the edits and everything. It's a lot better than what you read. I'm working
Ooh.
with Connor Knudsen, and he's been very helpful. Kind of broke down two and three, and kind of rewrote them so they're a lot more focused. Um, so I think they're a lot more solid than they were when you read it. So
All right, so now let's get to the nitty gritty. So we have the Secret Wizard Assault Team, a squad broken down outcasts, weirdos, and wizards battle to enforce the grand bargain. In the treaty in which monsters of the world have agreed to hunting quotas in exchange for safety from wizards like Larry Slaughter, who are always ready to hand out the punishment for breaking the grand bargain. Summary execution. What if Harry Potter was a busted up 40-year-old detective counting the days to his pension? It's What We Do in the Shadows mixed with The Wire. I have not seen The Wire. I have seen What We Do in the Shadows. I do love it's what we do in the shadows. And with your help, we can tell this utterly unhinged story. Again, everything's already completed. We have the Hook facing layoffs and not wanting to fire Tiny Tim because he's really good at sneaking around. Larry and Mimi decide to call in a tip on a vampire they know who has a few too many bodies in his backyard. If there's a red ball, there's no layoff, right? But Drac is a bit smarter than they thought, a bit better connected than they thought, and the case takes them into the darkest, most messed up parts of the supernatural world. The unimaginable consequences of some office politics resonate through the full 36-issue run of Eldritch Blue, taking Larry and the rest of SWAT through a gleefully psychotic journey that you will never see coming and will keep you laughing and crying until the end. It all begins in SWAT number 1. And then we have Larry Slaughter. uh, is this a YouTube video?
yeah, I think that's the video you played actually.
Okay, making sure. I was like, I didn't want to repeat, or if it was like a review, I was like, oh, no. But
Yeah, I do have some reviews I could throw in here, but yeah,
nice.
I mean, Larry's he's basically he's very traumatized by a life of violence, and given what he's doing, he doesn't feel like he has plot armor, and so he's not like Batman where he's just dragging people to Arkham Asylum all the time. He finishes things off so you don't come back 5 years later. uh so he's torn between being a guardian and being tired of this, and he really fights with that the whole time. Mimi is she's depressed. She was a promising student, but she ended up dropping out of high school because of the school shooting, and she's kind of feeling a lot of regret about her life when the series starts, and wondering what could have been if things had gone differently. Uh, that's not that funny. But Hermes is a 3,000-year-old wizard who's just completely lost it, but he absolutely refuses to retire. Maybellina is a psychic or she thinks she's a fake psychic, but she actually is psychic. But she is always attracted to the wrong decision, right? So if you put her in a room with like five guys, she'll find out who the serial killer is by going on a date with them. In any given situation, she's going to make the terrible choice, and so they kind of keep her around as sort of a reverse canary in the coal mine. Um, and so that's the crew. Tiny Tim, he's a half inch. He's not well. I guess this is 5 inches tall. He's very small. It kind of depends, but he's sort of their secret ops guy that they send in to do break into buildings and plant bugs and stuff like that. Not the smartest member of the team, but he's a charming guy. So
I love Tiny Tim. He's just so cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's I think he's got a bigger story at some point later on. I'm still ramping up to that, but uh
Ooh,
he's got his own mystery that you'll see in the series that is not resolved by the end of it. So I'm interested in finding out what happened with him too.
nice.
So
I can't wait.
yeah.
This project sounds very interesting. Well, thank you, Lily. It is. I have read it. And I can't wait for other newcomers to check it out too. I'm very excited. Dead Guy says, check out the Kickstarter. The pricing is a steal for what you're getting. That's a guarantee.
Man, I wish there was a way to do these like even well, I don't want to say even cheaper because I feel like it's pretty pricey. I understand that it's a decent chunk of change for one comic, but the economics of it just end up being pretty wild, especially with all the tariffs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely not trying to make a bank here. I'm just any profits from this is going to immediately go get plowed into issue two. So we're just trying to get the series up on its feet and moving, and hopefully, be able to do it faster in the future.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
So there's not going to be any international shipping, right? Because of the tariffs?
Are there tariffs at this point? I don't know. you know, like maybe at this point, I think we're just shipping to the U.S. and Canada. I mean, if somebody wants to contact me, we can definitely work something else out. But
Mhm.
the PDF is there for everybody, and that's probably the simplest, given the fact that everything's insane. Um,
True. Some places aren't even doing Canada because of what's going on.
yeah, I mean, I ordered a thing from. I didn't realize it was from Canada, but it turned out to be from Canada, and so FedEx showed up to my door and wanted like another $80 on
Oh,
top of the $60 that I'd paid or whatever. And so I had to send it back, and then they're all like mad at me, and I'm like, "You didn't tell me that. I don't know your supply chains, man. I don't know what the fuck's happening." Uh, yeah, but he probably will reinstate them through some other act and just keep playing this game for until he dies. Uh, anyway,
hopefully. Well, we did just get good news in the chat. I say with my terrible British accent. It looks like they're canceling his next set of tariffs again, so soon there won't be any. Pretty sure.
well,
Woohoo!
hopefully, but that doesn't necessarily mean the other country dropped their tariffs either. So
That's
it's just
true.
chaos.
A majority
So
of them won't even affect them anyway because they're like
yeah,
we get our own stuff. We don't. You put your prices up for whatever's made in America, and we just get our stuff anyway. But
yeah.
we do it buy international things because many of them are better.
Yeah, yeah. It's just so it's just such a it's been a complete it's a nightmare. But I feel like maybe we're towards the end of it. It feels like it's gone on my entire life, but maybe we're towards the end of it. We can only hope, I suppose. But in any case, yeah. I mean, SWAT 2's mostly. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't remember who I used, but I think it will be printed in the U.S. But um, yeah, I don't know. A lot of SWAT's a lot driven by the sort of my frustration at the last 10 years and the feeling that everything's just insane. Rachel does a great job. I mean, she's when I was looking for artists, I found her and I was like, this is who needs to be doing this. And
Mhm.
so far she is not disappointed. She's got the just right angle of it's comical, but I mean it's a comic, but it's not it's got that right funny silly mix to it where I think it really works with what the concept of SWAT is.
I
Yeah.
agree. I enjoyed the art very much. Even Lily likes it. She's like the characters, drawings are stunning. OMG. This is very true. All right. Let me scroll down to see if there's anything else. And then we have some interior pages on the inside. Oh my gosh, the colors are so good. Ah. And then I feel like there isn't enough compliments for the lettering, but I love the lettering. For those who don't know, lettering is like literally the little square boxes and they have the words in it. Many different comics have their own style of doing it. So, like, if there's a letterer, I'm always complimenting the letterer. I'm like, yep, I love it.
DC Hopkins at the lettering, and I mean, he's just kind of my guy for that. I really like his. He makes it work, and he kind of captures the subtleties of the dialogue in ways that are not intrusive. You don't want the lettering to be too wild or it gets annoying, but it can really emphasize certain points, and I think he's really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, everybody on the everybody's Rachel's great, DC's great. I think it really came together quite well, honestly. So
I
I'm trying to
agree.
find, yeah. So I have some art from the next issue if you want to see it.
I would love to see it.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Share. Okay, let's see. Okay, great.
Oh, I just found her blue sky. Let me copy and paste that. Also, in the description, there are links just in case when the stream ends. The Kickstarter link is going to be in the description. So are the socials. I didn't put the artist on there. So I'm gonna just put it in the chat right now because it won't let me edit anymore. Ha 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 ha. Add to stage. Here we go. This is issue number 2.
This is the opening. It's not lettered yet, but it's the bumper for issue 2 where it's some LARPers that are sort of about to have an orgy, and anyway, it's hard to explain. But that's the DM, the guy in the cattle decapitation shirt is the DM telling them they can't actually summon Yog Sothoth because that's a max drain ability and he already used his power and so he doesn't have it. Anyway, SWAT's unabashedly nerdy. Like there's many instances where I'm just running into it. Is totally getting into some wild stuff. Or well, not wild, but super nerdy stuff. Like there's later on, there's a guy, the villain for the third arc is his name's Patton, but his nickname in the newspapers is the Thacko Wacko because he was dungeon mastering a game of Dungeons and Dragons when his players like started fucking with him, and
No.
and he ended up decapitating somebody with a sword. As it happens.
As it happens, as you do.
So we meet him in jail, and so it's all over the place. Yeah.
I just realized there's another one. So this is the first one, and then second one. The last panel makes me laugh so much, and it's like I can't wait to hear the context of what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
F you, no F you, bro.
Well, yeah. So they're finding out that they can't do what they're wanting to do according to the rules, and then the vampires on the calling them in panel 3, and so they're kind of the accomplices of the vampire, honestly. But this is just sort of the start. I usually start the episode. I didn't do it intentionally, but in the first issue, the first 2 pages were sort of a flashback, and I really took that. And almost every issue has at least 2 pages that are some sort of setup or introduction for a character or anything like that. I call them bumpers. So they're always sort of the opening joke, I guess, for the issue. So yeah.
Good, and we love that.
Yeah. It really, I mean, if I started telling you how much I believe in this project or how much I put into it, you'd probably think I was a lunatic, but I think I already did that bit with you. But I mean, it really is, it's been the experience of a life. I spent a lot of time writing before I got to the point where I could do that. And it just flowed so naturally. And it was so much fun to write. And I think that comes through quite a bit in the finished product. So
I mean, you have done it before, but it's not like I haven't heard it before either. So how long have I been doing this? Maybe 2, 3 years now. Like it just it's normal. It's totally normal. Even people here, like who draw, not yeah, who draw or even write their own stuff, like it just oozes out. It's so
That's when it's at
natural.
its yeah. That's when you're at your. It's when it's just amazing. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking very clearly. Uh, it's that's the peak of creativity is when it's just coming out of you and it's like you're just subconscious is just going. It's when it's so much fun, you know. So
Lily, you just messaged Rachel in an email.
well, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sure.
I hope you get a response.
I'm sure she. I hope it was positive. I imagine it was, but I'm sure she'll like that quite a bit. We all, appreciate praise. Never be afraid to tell somebody in comics that you like their work because we definitely we need to hear it. I think.
Always. I'm always complimenting people, creatives in general. Not only that, but I just saw a post the other day where it's somebody saying, "Hey, like if you like this person's art and they do art on social media, don't just like and retweet, write a comment, say how much you like it. They love that stuff because it boosts you up." And I'm like, yeah, and not just that. Everybody's creative work. If they do fashion, I follow people who make clothes for a living. I follow people who make plushies for a living, art for a living, comics for a living. I always am wanting to show some sort of positivity on a comment section because sometimes there's no comments at all. And then I'm just like, you know what? Let me be the first one. Your stuff is great. Your stuff is amazing. Your stuff is cute, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And it makes their day. Throw a
Yeah,
comment over there.
yeah. Nobody's running around the comics world because they're making tons of money off of it. So we're doing it for the love of doing it and for other people to see it and appreciate it. So
Mm-hmm.
um, you know that thing that does help.
And then she's like, yeah, I like illustrations of my VTuber. I hope she emails me back soon. Lilypad Nymphia is a VTuber, so she loves the arts too. And then we're going to check out the rewards that are available. Oh, right. I agree with Dead Guy that it is pretty affordable for like a digital copy sent to your email. That can be on your phone or on your laptop. I do both sometimes. I'm like, haha, you're gonna put one here, put one there. So if one is gone, I have the backup. And that is just for $5. Again, it's already finished, so it really shouldn't be that long. And then you have the print/digital bundle, which means that you get the first issue, first chapter for people who don't know, and it is called a floppy. Yes, it's hilarious. And that is for $14. And then if you want a signed version, it is just $2 more for $16. By me, Justin Coke.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
We
for the same price, we have signed by the artist Rachel. Same thing, $16.
Yeah, we went pretty simple with it. I mean, the original goal was to have a dollar goal and just everybody gets what they get. But nobody actually wanted all the extra crap on the Zoop campaign. Like, no one actually bought any of it. So I thought I would just focus on a simple, small campaign that is just a comic.
I
Uh,
think this is the smallest I've ever seen, and that's not even a bad thing. Less options, less overwhelming stuff. What was on the Zoom one? Was it bookmarks or something like that?
there were trading cards, there were bookmarks, and then there was, I think, they was supposed to do stickers or some shit, but nobody even wanted one. So, uh,
Oh,
you know,
losers! I would have loved the
yeah.
stickers.
Well, maybe later once somebody knows who any of these people are, that would make sense. But right now, I'm just trying to get people to read the comic. So we're just focusing on that. Um, yeah, well, we definitely got them. So there's actually two kinds. I still have some from the original print run, probably like 10 or 20. Uh, if we get enough sold, I'll have to do a new run, and it'll actually be slightly different.
Mhm.
The first run did not have the dedication page. Somehow that got lost in at the printer,
Oh,
so it didn't impact the story at all. Nobody missed anything at all. But there is going to be a subtle difference between the truly original run and the next one. So
nice.
get that collection, going, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Better than the second time. And I'm so happy about it. All right. Is it possible that I can replay the video for the new audiences that came in?
If you want, do whatever you need to do.
Yay! For everybody who's new here, hi, my name is Bianca. My channel name is Myself in Comics. I do interviews for indie projects and I review as well. I have a charger coming in soon for my laptop because my laptop's cooked right now. I am stuck at 1% for
Ooh,
like 3 days and my laptop's overheating like crazy.
huh.
So hopefully,
Is the charger going to solve that, you think? Oh, did we just lose her? Can you guys hear me talk? Well, anyway, I guess I'll. It looks like you can hear me. Yeah. So some of the challenges that came across when I developed the story, you in this case, it all came very naturally. It flowed. If anything, it was like it flowed pretty naturally. The story, going back and sort of patching it up and seeing like the weird. When you go back to the first draft, no matter how good the first draft is, there's things that you need to go back and change to match the future, or sort of turned out to be dead ends that you need to trim off and stuff like that. Um, Honestly, the hardest part of developing the comic is the part where you get people to pay attention. Honestly, right? The marketing's the hard part. The getting artists and everyone on board and actually being productive can be challenging sometimes. Like the first artist I hired for ever completely flaked for 9 months and then gave me 6 pages of ass. So you have to be careful who you're dealing with, and there's a lot more scammers in the indie comic community than you would think, or at least on Facebook, you will be hit up by people that are clearly not legitimate, trying to get you to pay for this, that, and the other. Um, so the more of the business side of doing it's what's been harder than the writing for me on this one. Sometimes the writing's harder, but for SWAT, it came together pretty easily. Um, so did your laptop die, or?
it's my internet. As soon as I close my door, that internet is gone. That which has also been an issue, not just my charger.
Well, yeah, it happens. So, oh man. Oh, hey, whoever donated, thank you very much. I appreciate every bit of it.
Looks like it
Um,
was Lily. Just backed. I really like this story, and I hope it gets backed fully. Yay!
well, thank you. I picked a pretty accessible goal. I think we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Now let's play. To not hurt my ears.
A few months ago, the St. Louis Budget Committee decided to cut spending. They already cut the library and the schools and band and shop and English, public transportation, healthcare, housing, sewage, and roads. Did I miss anything? Anyway, The leaders of SWAT had a choice: fire someone or come up with an elaborate plan to make themselves indispensable, even though they hated here. The plan, well, it goes about as badly as it possibly could. March 16th, 2022. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are not their stories. These are not their stories at all. This is the story about the cops other cops don't know even exist. They aren't the guys who deal with rapists and pedophiles. They deal with the stuff that would give those special victim knobs the screaming purple Henrys. This is the Secret Wizard Assault Team.
E. And it has now made 17% of its goal out of 500. Huzzah! I can't wait to be promoting this during the coming days. And we are so excited.
Thank you.
Again.
Yeah, you guys have been. I mean, in all seriousness, you and Dead Guy have been two of my most genuine supporters through all this. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah.
We know good work and we know talented people and we know and feel the passion of every single person who has come up here, and it's really enjoyable. We love hearing you guys. We love hearing everything. What was that noise?
It's really a pleasure to do these shows. Honestly, I mean, it's fun to talk about it, and it's fun to talk to other nerds. I hope you.
Exactly.
So
you and your work.
Comics, just in general, a lot of fun. Have you guys been looking at the DC compact editions?
I haven't been caught up, but I heard that people are really enjoying the Marvel versus DC, the Marvel DC collab that's been going on, and then the Absolute Universe, and then I don't know how the KO ones are doing, but I've seen some talk about those.
Well, I actually don't know about the KO ones at all, but DC's been doing a bunch of. They're releasing their old classic superhero stuff in like these little $10 editions that are pretty small. But I've been reading them nonstop because it's always like DC's always scary. Superhero comics are scary to me because it's kind of like being in Magic the Gathering, where you have to. It feels like you have to know every fucking thing,
right?
Or if you buy this comic, you need to buy 4 other volumes so that you'll have the slightest understanding of what's happening. Whereas with the compact editions, it's just here's a really solid piece of writing. It's $10. If you hate it, which I have hated a couple of them, it's $10. Fuck it. You didn't drop $100 on some omnibus for Spawn that was ass. I hate Spawn, by the way. I tried to read it recently. You want to talk about a '90s comic? Man, that did not age well. Not in my opinion, anyway.
Is it mostly just one writer for Spawn, or has Spawn been written by multiple people?
I was definitely in the early McFarlane era before when I quit. I don't know if somebody has written it since. But do you remember that the Spawn movie from the '90s with like
I watched it with my family, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, look, there's Spawn! I heard about this guy. I heard he's pretty cool." And then I looked at the movie, and I'm like, "What the heck did I just watch? These '90s effects are so '90s."
Yeah, there's that, but I mean, I actually kind of liked that movie in the '90s, but it very much was a relic of its time. You know what I mean?
I did like the campiness the movie had.
Yeah. So the '90s comic movies were. I mean, did you see the Judge Dredd?
No, it's on the list. It's on the list for both versions. I think there's 2.
Yeah. Well, okay. So if you want to watch the first version, it's more in the Spawn type movie where it's sort of embarrassing. Who's the guy? Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's the comic relief in the Stallone Judge Dredd. If that gives you any idea.
Oh.
Yeah, the '90s Judge Dredd starred Stallone. I think it was kind of like his "I'm No Longer a Star" movie at the time. It was fine, but the remake with Carl Urban's amazing. Like that's a
Ooh.
rewatch infinitely. I wish I'd seen it in the theaters, but I thought it came out. It was 3D only, right? And that was at
Mm-hmm.
the era where like Piranha 3D was coming out, and so any 3D only movie kind of had that stink on it. It's probably crap, and then it's a follow up to the Stallone movie. So I didn't. I think that's why it failed. Is it just had a lot going against it. Um,
Oh, that makes
you
sense.
know, but it really is really amazing. Carl Urban's great in it. The lady who played Cersei is also great in it, and I think that was before she was famous in Game of Thrones. But yeah, you should definitely watch both of them. But if you only pick one, pick the Carl Urban one for sure.
Will do. We have Lily who says, I'm saving the link for when I get paid and will back more because this seems like an awesome and fun read. This is coming from someone who loves reading and writing as well. I didn't know you liked writing. That's so cool.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. That would be amazing. Um,
Oh, that's right.
you
DC
know,
did put out a comic series and it shattered his dreams. Well, no, and it still put it out there, that guy. Still put it out there. Listen to Blizzy. Don't let it shatter your dreams.
yeah, and also, I mean, the beauty of comics is, I mean, there's no. It's just free balling, man. Just do what you want to do. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exactly.
if somebody else did something like it, that's fine. I mean, comic fans are used to reading about Lex Luthor for 70 years. How are you not tired of that guy by now? You know what I mean? How many times are the public going to be fooled because he told them Superman was an asshole? You've like done that 10 times. Um, so there's no, yeah, going commando. That's the way to do it. Um, yeah, I mean, just do what you need to do. Don't worry about anybody else. It's been I think that was the lesson that really helped me take off and or do the comics well. Is I was just no longer afraid of being embarrassed. Like if somebody said this was stupid, I just flip them the bird and move on. I'm
Yeah,
past
exactly.
caring. And that's really a lot of the joy of comics to me. Is it's just so I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and if you don't like it, fuck off. And it's kind of punk that way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
You gotta
anyway,
do what you wanna do. Exactly. Do what you want to
Uh,
do, everybody, as long as it's legal, right?
what is that line from? I wasn't born with enough middle fingers. I think I've seen that before, right?
I think it was South Park. I think they were making fun of musicals, like, and there was like a High School Musical reference, and then they just ended up making a song called "Do What You Want to Do."
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know what the rest of the lyrics.
it's been a long time. I mean, I when did you stop watching South Park? I think it was probably like season 6 for.
Oh, when did a couple seasons ago. Like I wasn't my brother and I we were watching it together and whatever the latest season on of that time, we just started watching it and we watched it for like continued watching it as the seasons went on for like a couple, I think, and then we just never got back to it. So like I haven't even seen like the beginning. So I have no idea.
Yeah, okay, Marilyn
The
Manson. Yeah,
Marilyn
that's what it is.
Manson
Yeah,
lyrics. Well, they were probably parodying it, okay? That's
yeah.
where I know it from. I don't listen to Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson. That's a great cover band.
They were a cover band?
Like if you were in Maryland and you want to do a Marilyn Manson cover band, Marilyn Manson would
Oh,
be pretty good.
true. Like your typo right over here. Haha. Embarrass everybody. Ha 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 ha. Dan
It's not
Arthur.
that funny, but you know.
All right. So it looks like we're going to be ending it here. If anybody wants to follow Justin, the socials are in the description. And if anybody wants to follow the Kickstarter, we have the QR code on top of Justin's head and also in the description and also in the pinned chat. Remember, we have about 36 days left until the campaign ends. You will not be charged immediately. You will be charged when it ends, when it is at the goal or over the goal of 500, which is not that bad. Usually there are like 1,000 or more. Comic is already done, just need to be printed and shit. And if anybody else has any questions, you can let Justin know on the social medias, or you can write it in the YouTube chat. I have a comment section. All right, guys, and sorry. Thank you, everyone, for coming and supporting these beautiful people. Thank you. And make sure you have a nice day. Make sure your moonlight is lighting you and your future. And have a nice night. Bye.
Bye.